All right, gentlemen, it is CONCACAF Champions League quarterfinal week. We got 4 matchups. 3 of them are Liga MX versus Major League Soccer. We'll go one by one. Let's start with New York City FC against Tigres. Alejandro, is there anything more embarrassing than playing the biggest game in your team's history in your arch-rival stadium? Let's start with that for New York City.
Okay. That is a loaded question on so many levels.
You think?
That's the journalistic blood that you have flowing through your veins in trying to create some sort of controversy. This is an issue, and there is no hiding and running away from it. It's an issue that NYCFC, as a premise to coming into MLS, one of the things that we have heard from MLS for years now is that when you put that package together and you are an expansion team, you want to showcase that you have a stadium in place, or at least a stadium plan in place that is going to be your home, and it's going to be about MLS, and it's going to be soccer, and it's going to be love for soccer and all those things. Well, that quite hasn't happened for NYCFC, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. So, yes, it is embarrassing that NYCFC is having to play an important match in CONCACAF Champions League, an international competition essentially, yes, in the rival stadium at New York Red Bull. If you're a fan of NYCFC, how are you supposed to feel? What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to go to the stadium and support this team? I guess you do, but the truth of the matter is, overall, the picture is not all that flattering for NYCFC and MLS as a whole.
Herc, they're facing Tigres. Tigres right now are 12th in the Mexican League. They're not scoring goals at all. This is a team that when you look at them on paper, I've heard it, and I think I've heard it from you, one of the best rosters, not just in North America, on the entire American continent. How weak are they right now heading into this matchup?
I wouldn't say weak, but here's the problem with Tigres. Now, I've been saying this for the last few years. They're the best team in Liga MX for the better part of the decade, if not the team of the decade. I think I've said that. The problem is they're getting older. Every season, their stars are older. They're more predictable. It's very easy to know what Tigres is going to do, and oftentimes they hurt themselves. Now, they're a liability defensively right now. They can't really figure out a center-back tandem. Tuca Ferretti, his speech has grown stale on these players, and the international competition that is for Tigres has always been an Achilles heel of them. So they're there for the taking, but this is also a sleeping giant. You have one of the best players in all of CONCACAF, and Andre Pierre Gignac. You've got very exciting players out in the wings. This is a trap game for New York. I know New York is feeling very good about themselves, but at any moment, this Tigres team can wake up, and if they do, they're an offensive juggernaut, and it's game over.
First leg of that one on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we got some interesting matches as well. Club America against Atlanta. Herc, America right now is rolling along. They're getting some of their players healthy back. I would assume they're massive favorites for you.
They are, but only because, and I put an asterisk on this, before the Joseph Martinez injury, I actually thought America was there for the taking. All the problems that they've had injury-wise, off-the-field issues with now Renato Ibarra, everything Miguel Herrera has had to endure, but Joseph Martinez getting injured throws that all out the window. This America team, for whatever reason, I don't know how they do it. It's a big credit to Miguel Herrera. They just find ways to win, to grind out results. It doesn't matter who's playing. If up top it's Viñas, or if it's Henry, or if it's both of them, or if Roger Martinez plays, or he doesn't play. If they debut players or don't debut players, they just find ways. Before the Joseph Martinez injury, I would have said this is Atlanta's for the taking. I just don't see how this Atlanta team overcomes them in 2 legs. Miguel Herrera has a very well-oiled machine as far as they know who they are, they know what they're about, and they get results. But they don't necessarily have the players or the star power that you would expect from America Club.
I am torn, and I mean torn, as to wondering what in the world would Seb Salazar pick in this game. Because I know the American heart that he has. That Club America pool is so strong, and yet MLS is on the other side. So, regardless of what my opinion may be, there has to be an inner struggle. Regardless of what my opinion is in this matchup, I'm more interested to see emotionally how is Seb going to deal with this.
I'll be okay, and you can bet I will be rooting for America, Ale. If that makes you feel happy, I will definitely be rooting for America.
Okay, first of all, it doesn't make me feel anything.
I won't be torn. I won't be torn. I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
Hey.
Whatever happened to MLS, huh?
I don't root for the shield, man. I root for the badge. Ale, let me ask you this. Is there a team in MLS more dependent on one guy than Atlanta on your boy Joseph Martinez?
LAFC and Carlos Vela. You take Carlos Vela out of LAFC and it is a huge impact. Of course it is. But to your point, and I know what you're getting to, is the fact that if you take Joseph Martinez out of the equation now for Atlanta United and do so for a long period of time, where are the goals going to come from? And there's only so much Pity Martinez and Ezequiel Barco to go around, and Emerson Hyman to score a goal here and there. But outside of that, I just don't see where the offensive power comes from the Atlanta United on a consistent basis. And so I get your point, and I take it, and I understand it, and to a large degree, yes, I agree that Atlanta United without Joseph Martinez, it's an entirely different challenge and an entirely different picture for both Atlanta as taking on other teams and other teams coming and playing Atlanta as well. It gives you a sense of relief if you're another team and you say, you know what, they don't really have a threat of a guy that can truly score a goal anytime that he touches the ball. Whereas now we feel like we can commit more numbers forward. They can hurt us in transition. They can't really hurt us the way they would if they had Joseph Martinez out on the field. But I also think that if you take Carlos Vela out of LAFC, the impact would be just as big, if not bigger.
One more quarterfinal to discuss. It is Carlos Vela, LAFC against Cruz Azul. Ale, is LAFC the MLS team with the best shot to win this thing and to become the first ever to do it?
Well, I wouldn't call it the best shot because I think they're in the toughest side of the bracket. However, they are the best team in MLS. And so if you are banking on the best team that's still in the competition, I would say that, yes, LAFC would be the team that you support. If you're an MLS supporter, you say, yeah, you know what, Carlos Vela is the sort of guy that will score a goal in an important moment for LAFC. Carlos Vela is the sort of guy that will do something that will make a difference for this group in an instance in which you need it, maybe an away goal, or maybe something that puts you over the top. You lean on that, you hang your hat on that, and you understand that if it is about the best team, there is no doubt that the best team in MLS is LAFC.
Herc, who has a worse record in big games, Cruz Azul or Bob Bradley?
Cruz Azul. I don't know. I don't understand that Bob Bradley shot one bit.
You haven't been watching LAFC right the last few years in big games? That's not a shot. That's not a shot.
Have you seen Cruz Azul in the last 22 years?
That's why I asked the question.
Have you seen Cruz Azul in the last 22 years?
That's why I asked the question.
It's not debatable. It's not debatable. Cruz Azul has one of the worst records in high-stake moments in all of Mexican soccer and probably all of CONCACAF. Listen, you're talking about a team right now who's getting results, but I think a lot of that is circumstantial. They still don't have that starting nine. Even though Cabecita Rodriguez is playing out of his mind, I still think, and Portmore, the Jamaican side, is evidence to that in CONCACAF, they haven't really been themselves like they've been in Liga MX, and they've got a few injuries, most notably Pablo Aguilar in the back line. I think if LAFC can manage the first leg and can manage, the Azteca side of this, the Mexican side of this, playing away, if they can manage that leg, I actually think they have the capacity to embarrass Cruz Azul. I think if Cruz Azul plays transition with LAFC, LAFC can really hurt them, really take it to them. I'm surprised by your question. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but if you're asking me who's got, no, I can't even repeat what you just said, no.
Hey, go back to an oldie but a goodie, Herc. Get lost, Seth. Get lost. That'll never go away, baby. It'll never go away.
I don't think we're going to top that.
The internet is forever.
I don't think we're going to top that. I think we should leave it there for now. CONCACAF Champions League rolls on this week.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.